Good evening. Welcome to Blue York One. My name is Jonathan Sowershell. You may know my writing from nycfcblues.com, and you may know my voice from Blue City Radio. I'm one of the co-hosts of the podcast. I am part of a new venture that we're bringing you, Blue York One, an NYCFC fan YouTube channel. My role is going to be giving you some weekly news in regards to NYCFC, both on the field and off the field. And I'm proud to be a part of this, and this is the first video, and going forward you'll see me weekly. So and now you can maybe pick me out of the crowd and find me at the stadium, and if you want, certainly feel free to buy me a beer. We are sitting here on January 5th, 2016, 60 days away from the first game of the 2016 season, and news is starting to trickle in regards to NYCFC, both in regards to some player news, some off-the-field news, some schedule news. We actually have things to discuss. So with that in mind, I want to get going and go over a little bit what's going on for you. The first bit of information is actually in regards to one of our former players. A lot of fans have been wondering if Shea Facey would be returning to the club this year. He had a successful loan spell in 2015 on loan from Manchester City. After he returned back to Manchester at the end of the 2015 season, he signed a contract extension with Manchester City, I believe a 3-year contract extension. He has been loaned out to Rotherham United. They are a English Championship side. That's the second level of English football beneath the Premier League. They currently are actually struggling. They are only out of relegation based on goal differential at this moment. And he's been loaned there for the rest of their season, which goes through the end of May, with the hopes of keeping themselves up and in the championship and not dropping down to League One. So we wish Shea Facey the best. It's unfortunate he will not be returning to NYCFC, but we do wish him the best, and we wish good luck to Rotherham United as well in their attempts to stave off the drop. The next bit of little information actually comes for a topic that a lot of people maybe don't know a lot about. NYCFC has attempted to make a homegrown claim on Jack Harrison, currently a freshman at Wake Forest University in North Carolina. Now, a homegrown player is a player who has been developed and trained by a team's academy, and from the team is linked to the team's home area. A famous example is DeAndre Yedlin for the Seattle Sounders, who started off in the Seattle Sounders academy system, went and played at University of Akron, and then a homegrown claim was made by the Seattle Sounders, and they were able to sign him to a professional contract, and then he was able to join the first team for the Sounders and left college early. The homegrown process allows a team to sign certain players that do not count against the salary limit. It allows those players to potentially get actually paid more money than the league minimums. And if you're signed as a homegrown player, you're not subject to the draft, the MLS Super Draft for college players. NYCFC made an attempt to sign their first homegrown player. Any claim has to be approved by the league, and they attempted to make a claim on Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison is an attacking midfielder, finished his freshman season at North Carolina. He was originally born in England, came over to the United States, and actually went to prep school in Massachusetts. While none of this sounds like it should be a link to NYCFC, the attempt was made because he played a few games with Manhattan Soccer Club, who's part of the NYCFC affiliate program. Since we do not have a dedicated academy team yet, the hope was that his games with our affiliate would count as a homegrown status. And while this has happened in the past, players who played with an affiliate team have been allowed homegrown status. Being from England, not living in New York, and not actually having necessarily a lot of games with Manhattan Soccer Club, this attempt was considered by many a sort of a gamble and a risk, and pretty unlikely to occur. I think credit does go to NYCFC and their front office for recognizing that there was an opportunity and to try. It never hurts to try, and especially with MLS rules, you just kind of never know at a certain point. Reports suggest from multiple sources, Soccer by Ives, Empire Soccer have confirmed it as well, that it has been rejected by the league, which is not overly shocking, unfortunately. And going forward, he will be subject to the MLS Super Draft, which is coming up in a short couple weeks. So it's a potential we could pick him there, but he will not be allowed to be a homegrown player for NYCFC. The club is supposedly asking the league to reconsider, but the odds of that happening are probably slim to none. So audacious attempt, I think a worthy attempt, and it shows a front office that is learning the league. I know that's been a big concern, but ultimately it does not seem to have succeeded. Going forward, MLS has announced the first 2 games for each team of the 2016 season. For NYCFC, they open up in Chicago in the first weekend of March on a Sunday afternoon. The whole league opens up on a Sunday. They will be opening up in Chicago against the Fire, and they will follow that up the following Sunday, the 13th, will be their home opener against Toronto FC. So they start off with 2 straight teams, Eastern Conference rivals. Toronto, a playoff team from this past year, a team that we had some success against, but you never know what they can do, especially with Giovinco and Michael Bradley. So I think it's going to be an important game for us to really start off the season well. And obviously we'd like to beat Chicago, a team that struggled last season but is looking to rebound this season with a new coach and a new system and kind of an overhaul. So they are looking to improve, and we obviously want to beat a team of that caliber. If we have any hopes of making the playoffs, Chicago's a team we should be beating, and Toronto's a team we got to compete with and continue to show some success success when playing. The full 2016 MLS schedule will be announced Thursday, January 7th. So I'm recording this on Tuesday night, 2 days from now. You will see the whole MLS schedule, and we'll get to see when we're at home, who we're playing when, how many midweek games do we have, and how our schedule is going to work out with the New York Yankees, of course, and also you have to take into consideration the MLS will be going on a couple-week break in early June for the Copa America tournament, which is traditionally the tournament amongst the South American nations. Think of it as Gold Cup, but for South America. That is actually coming to the United States in 2016 to celebrate its 100th anniversary of the tournament. They're coming to the United States, and the United States men's national team will be participating in that tournament. It is considered a FIFA date and is subject to FIFA call-ups. MLS has decided to shut down for a couple weeks during group play to allow players to leave their MLS squads and play in the Copa America in the United States, Mexico, and I believe Jamaica will be participating in that tournament. And so we'll have a couple weeks off, so that could affect the scheduling. It could certainly affect our home games, especially with having to work around the New York Yankees and their own schedule. So we will know for sure on January 7th who is playing, when we're playing, and who, and all the great details. I know this year we get some good teams coming to visit Yankee Stadium. We should get to see the LA Galaxy in town, for example, as opposed to going out to LA like we did last year. So there's a lot to look forward to. On January 7th, we will know 100% what the schedule's going to be and can start making our travel plans. And then the final bit of information, the last bit of information is actually about preseason. And we know last year that NYCFC trained a little bit in Manchester in England and had 2 friendlies there, and then came back to America and participated in the Carolina Challenge Cup. This year, while the club has not officially announced anything, it has been confirmed through various sources, first reported by NYCFC forums, and actually the news seemed to have broken on another club's website. NYCFC will be participating in the IMG Suncoast Classic. That is a preseason tournament that's been held for a few years. It's in Bradenton, Florida, at the IMG Academy. It's the big sports training facility down in the Bradenton area. And it's been confirmed that they will be playing in that tournament with 3 other teams. There is KR Reykjavik. They're an Icelandic squad. FC Cincinnati. They are a USL team, actually coached by former U.S. men's national team player John Harkes. And the final team is actually the team that broke the news. It is a Danish squad, a second division Danish squad named HB Koge, Koge. I'm pronouncing it horribly, and I apologize to any of our Danish viewers. I wish I could pronounce it better. But their website did announce this, and it has been confirmed that NYCFC will be participating in this. The games are on February 20th, February 24th, and February 27th of 2016. So it's the end of February. It's right before the season begins for MLS. So it does not preclude any other sort of friendlies or potential training in Manchester again. Like last year, they could certainly do that in the first part of February, or in late January into early February. They might be doing something else. We don't know at this point in time. But at the end of February, they will be participating in this tournament, which makes sense. You want to get a couple friendlies in. Obviously, in the United States, you kind of have to do it in warmer weather, so Bradenton, Florida certainly fits. While it's not the highest level of competition, it is certainly worthy of our attention. And the hope is that you come out of it unscathed with no injuries, and the team can kind of gel as a unit, especially with a new coach, a new system, and the probability of some new players. NYCFC will be looking to kind of finish out their preseason with some good performances, get everybody ready to go, because not that long after it, they will begin their season in 2016. So we know we have some people on NYCFC forums. One of the moderators on there is actually lives down that way, so that'll be really exciting for some of our Florida fans. And we are looking forward to covering the team in the preseason and see them take on a couple European sides. So that's always interesting to see how a Danish side plays and an Icelandic side plays. So that will be very interesting. And with that, this ends the first video for Blue York 1. Again, I'm Jonathan Sauerschell. I will be coming to you weekly with updates and news and information. And I hope you enjoy. And let's go New York.